the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo story in education transformation. Today, it's not a time for too much talk. I'll be doing an evidence-based communication because I know there are some who do not trust what the politicians say much. You've been waiting for action, and we'll provide the action. We'll provide the evidence to show you that here is a president who has gone beyond his manifesto commitment and has done more than he promised. A great accomplishment by all standards. We want to make sure that this nation's fortunes change for the better. Great strides have been made. We may not be where we want to be, but we are not where we used to be. And that evidence will be shown today. I'm grateful to the MC and moderator. Never thought I was going to be surprised by an introduction from the young lady who is so eloquent and exudes so much confidence. It's a symbol of what is right in the education system. I also like the prayer. And be careful what you say, because when you are not careful about what you say, your quotation may reflect in somebody's prayer. The headmistress of Laboni quoted something I said in her prayer. So that was profound. I'm grateful to all of you for coming here this morning. Our distinguished shareholders in education, it is with great honor that I join my deputy minister in welcoming you again to this event. A number of you have provided guidance, others critique. Either way, we believe it has made us do our job better. African Education Watch, under the distinguished leadership of my brother Kofi Asai, has always provided insights, sometimes in support of what we do, sometimes divergent, yet it all helps us to do our job better. My brother Kofi Asai, we've heard you about dropout prevention and what we need to do in that space. So you have always talked about dropout and how we need to stem the tide of dropout in our schools. And I'm glad that the Ghana Education Service have agreed to take on this task by appointing dropout prevention coordinators in all districts of the Ghana Education Service to ensure that when we see the early signs of dropout, the prevention coordinators will visit families, visit communities to make sure students don't drop out before we start setting up GOP to go and rescue them from their communities. We don't want children to drop out before we reintegrate them. So the dropout prevention coordinators are going to help do this job so that students don't drop out. The opportunity that has been presented to us as a nation in the area of free secondary education is an opportunity that should be extended to all. No child should drop out of school at the primary, junior high school level. We will come and find you. We will work with you. We'll work with your parents to make sure you stay in school, to be part of the talent pool that this nation needs to transform its fortunes. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. The world as we know it is changing. Literacy, being literate, is a basic requirement. We cannot be counted among the countries with the highest learning poverty. The World Bank tells us that a number of countries in Africa are experiencing a crisis in education. In some countries, as many as 90% of the children aged 10 cannot read for understanding. Learning poverty. It is a scourge that a number of countries are facing. Ghana will flip the coin. Instead of 90% learning poverty, we want to make sure that 90% of our youth are proficient in reading and numeracy by age 10. That is why today I'm excited that we have begun communities of excellence. Nana and Sasa Sreku did us the honors a few months back when in his famous town of Manfi, we launched the Communities of Excellence program. Community of Excellence simply says that when you bring the community together, when you train the chiefs and the queen mothers and the assembly members to let them know of their responsibilities, they will partner government to ensure that 90% of our children, by the time they get to age 10, will read proficiently. And then